What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toncoin today. It is the 14th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $1.80 with 8 hours left in the day. 8 hours, 22 minutes. It's been a while since we talked about Toncoin. It's been a long time, but a few people have requested it recently, so we're gonna be talking about it here today. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. 8 hours, 22 minutes left. Let's get going. You had a nice recovery going into the end of December and the beginning of January. You're probably one of the few coins that actually had a little end of year rally. It's nice to see. A little bit of recovery. You're still well below where you were on October 10th, but a lot of cryptos are. What you're doing here is very nice, actually. You have some very good structure. You're finding support at prior resistance. Resistance here and resistance there. I wouldn't be surprised if that was your 382 either. From a low to a high. Yep, right there, right at your 382. Pretty damn perfect. Now, there's a couple ways that things can go right from here and wrong. The first step in things going right is to close, don't just wick, but close above $1.81. Closing above the 236 essentially validates whatever low there is. Whatever low you've put in, it validates it. Once you close above this level, it's like, oh, hey, that's your low. Time to go. So a close above $1.81 today, tomorrow, a week, whatever, whenever it is, will likely be a bullish thing. Closing, not wicking, not going up to $1.90 and then by the end of the day closing below this level. That's not what I said. I said closing above the red line is a good thing. If you don't do that, if you find resistance here and you come back down to the 382, right, this time, very high chance that you bounce. But if you find resistance at the 236, you come back down, very low chance that you bounce or do anything that's meaningful to the upside. Very high chance that you go down here, okay? So avoid that entirely and just move up, man. Move up. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see if that's the case. I'll leave the fib on there so that we have a little point of reference there. 1 hour time frame. You did find resistance. And at this point here, I would not have been happy. If you were giving me this request and I was making this video at these lows here, I probably would have gotten it wrong because that's a pretty harsh rejection. Builds a lot of confidence that we'd go down to this area here, but instead we found support at prior resistance. We got held up, we came back. I think there's a chance that we do move up from here. 1 hour RSI looks very bullish, very nice. You've got these higher lows coming in here, right? Higher lows, maybe it's like this, maybe it's like this, whatever, but you're still holding higher lows here is all that I'm trying to say. Living above the 50, getting overbought, not really getting oversold so much. Stochastics look good, and the MACD is bullish as well. So yeah, I think you will continue to move up higher. By the end of the day, I do expect you will close above $1.81. The 4 hour RSI is in a bit of an uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs. It's not pretty. If I were to make it pretty, we've broken out of the uptrend to the upside. And that's fine. You certainly don't look bearish here, though. You do look bullish. Same with the stochastics. And the MACD is bearish overall, being below the zero, but you've got some very bullish beginnings here. You're starting to build bullish momentum. You're about to cross above the zero. I wouldn't be surprised if between today, tomorrow, sometime this week, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Toncoin did have a nice kind of lift. If we did get above $2 even by the end of this week, over the next 4 days, it could very well happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Everything about the 4 hour looks bullish to me. The daily time frame bouncing off the 50 is bullish. Stochastics holding the 50 as support is bullish. The MACD is bullish overall. You have crossed red recently, but oftentimes in these bullish environments you will get false red crosses like you had here, like you had here, like we probably have here. I think that we continue. I don't think that you cross just to stop here. I think that you will continue pushing forward. With that in mind, we go from thinking about this retracement to assuming that you will close above $1.81, but whether it's today, tomorrow, whatever, but it's probably going to happen soon. And we go from there to thinking about this retracement from a high to a low here. Is this a retracement we should look at? Let's look at the weekly time frame. I mean, that is the relative high right before he sold off. We're just not showing any respect to anything yet, so I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's this high. That should be considered. That looks a little bit more respected. That seems to make sense. Okay, so then from here, $1.80, we should see about $2.20, maybe $2.30 as our next stopping point. And if I'm right, we might be there in the next 4 days. If not, certainly I think between now and the end of next week. Certainly by the end of the month, it's possible that we even go higher than that. I mean, really, you're overall retracing this level. And that takes you to the same area, 220, 240, whatever. Something in that zone makes a lot of sense. So I think that's where you're going to find resistance. Working your way up. Let's see. Let's look at Toncoin real quick. I thought it was overvalued up here. I really did. But here I'm wondering if it's still overvalued. Let's see. I remember back at the end of 2024, or even in some time in 2025, I remember saying I think Toncoin is going to be a disappointment for a lot of people. But now I'm not so sure. Yeah, now from these levels, I don't think it will be. I don't think it'll be a disappointment at all. I think Toncoin here at $4.3 billion, I mean, you've got the potential to see a multi-$100 billion market cap. So with that, I mean, you have like 50x potential. Maybe you see a $100 billion market cap, in which case you have over 20x potential. So it's a lot less disappointing from here. I couldn't really, where like up here, you know, if you think about it and why it was so obvious is like from the current price all the way up here, that's about a 4x in value. 4x times 4, that's about 16, probably close to $17 billion, right? $17 billion valuation. You're not going to get a 20x with that. You know what I mean? If you're not going to get a 20x in this market, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go invest in stocks. Buy some Tesla. You don't want a 20x in a year? Go buy some stocks. We love Tesla. I love Tesla. Go buy some Microsoft. Go buy some Amazon. You know what I mean? But if you want to make serious crypto money, 20x returns, 30x returns, 100x returns, this coin, I mean, even here at 4.3 billion, I would even say Toncoin does have 100x capabilities. It does. Does it do that? I don't know. It certainly didn't have those capabilities at 17 billion, right? Because that 100x from there would be 1.7 trillion. Nope, probably not. Probably not going to happen. Toncoin, by the time we see new all-time highs, I don't know when it'll be. It'll probably be like Q2, Q3 maybe. I don't know. But I do suspect that Toncoin will see prices, you know, anywhere from at a minimum of $24 to maybe as high as about $100. Maybe just below 100. I would say probably closer to 90 than 100. But something between 75 and 90. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where you went. As far as much past that, I meant what I said. You do have 100x potential. You really could see 100x. I just don't see it happening. I don't personally see it happening. I mean, 100x from here would put you at about $1.80. Sorry. You're at $1.80 now. Would put you at $180. But I think more likely you'll probably see something that's substantially lower than that. Something around $75 to $95 would be my guess. And at a bare ass minimum, like this would be terrible if this was all you saw this cycle, but a bare ass minimum would be about a 13x from here, almost a 14x. Those are your potential targets. Not likely to be a place to stop at, not likely to be a place to stop at or above. Very likely target destination area, something in this area here. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? I feel like I'm leaving something out, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Look at that bullish divergence that's been building. look at this MACD. Look at how absolutely bullish this MACD is, man. The RSI double bottom 2 on the weekly time frame. I mean, you really do look good here. If it's not obvious, right? If you took Toncoin in an entire historical aspect, right? We take the top, the all-time high. We take, let's just say, some of these macro lows here, right? You're on the, here's the midway point. Where is it? Let me see. It's like right there. Probably, yeah, like I'm just a little bit below, right there. Right there. We're at the most desirable points to buy. For most of Toncoin's life, if you've bought below $2, you've been a genius. You've been somebody who is lucky. You've been somebody who Whenever we're up here, people are like, damn it, I wish I bought when we were below $2. We're at that level now. It's a great time to buy in the history of Toncoin, and overall macro higher low. It's great, and I think that from this will come a macro higher high as well. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.